Right, and we're live. Hey everyone, welcome to another edition of Trading Bitcoin with your host Tone Vays. The price is moving, and decided to do a quick video smack in the middle of organizing Unconfiscatable, and definitely not an event to miss. Let's go to screen share, guys. Let's jump right at it. All right, here we go. Hopefully everything is working. How's the audio? I see people in the live chat already. Let's take a look at the price. And you know what? Let's jump on a short-term view first. If you watched last night's stream, I was really paying attention to the 15-minute chart. Joe Saz and I were talking about a trade that he has made. A lot of people seem to be criticizing, the fact that Joe Saz has only been trading since 2017. Guys, you can't have it both ways. I would love to bring Jesse Livermore on this YouTube channel to talk about his trading. Unfortunately, he died a while ago, right? Like, you can complain all you want about me being too busy to trade, and then when I bring on someone that actively trades, you don't like the fact that he's only been trading for a few years, but he is a profitable trader. I know that for a fact. For starters, he's able to attend the financial summit, right? Which is not a cheap event. I know Joe is a profitable trader because I've known Joe for a little while. He attended my workshop in New York as well. Thanks for that, Joe. So yesterday we talked about it, and this was my line. This was the green line that I talked about yesterday. And I was bullish above this line. Now, granted, the rest of the evening, the price wasn't doing so well. This morning, the price was doing, spiked all the way up. Then it kind of got this Darth Maul candle going, where it knocks out your stops on both sides. It consolidated some more. And then right now, we're taking off. So here's your 15-minute chart. And the 15-minute chart is about to run into a double nine. I'm not sure I will still be with you guys going into the top of the hour. I do have to jump on another call at the top of the hour. It has to do with, Unconfiscatable, and it's not easy organizing a conference. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm not even the lead organizer either. It's still hard. So we are pumping. Here's the 15-minute chart. This was the high. But you can clearly see that the current 15-minute candle is nowhere near going down. So I am looking for new highs. Just like I was looking for new highs last night, those new highs didn't show up until early this morning. But new highs did come, and we were never really in a critical danger. Like, we never even pulled back down to the prior level of support. We came close on this downward spike, but we didn't even touch it, right? Like, here's my best fit line, which is no longer necessary. So I'm going to delete it as to not clutter the charts. So right now, if the current candle ends as it is, I will remain bullish into a 9 on a 15-minute scale. You can see how the last 9 on a 15-minute scale certainly pulled back the price a little bit, but then you had a nice big 1, green 2 above a green 1. Would I have gone long here? Probably not. I probably would have felt like the move is missed. I hated when the 1 candle after a 9 are huge expanded range candles. I'm not a big fan of that. Hey, Crypto Chains. Hey, Phil Flip. Thanks for joining me, guys. Phil, I know I'm supposed to have you on my channel one of these days, but it's just so hard to coordinate. Sorry about that. So look at the live chat. Anything else interesting? So, and there it is. Now we are going higher already. Now, this is going to be interesting. The 4-hour chart is about to run into some very critical resistance. We have not really broken this resistance in quite some time. Now, we can certainly break this resistance and then pull back down. We have done that before. But I think this is pretty significant for the bullish case to finally get out of this ridiculous channel. This is a pretty damn steep channel going to the downside. And it would be very interesting if we can get out of this channel and actually hold it for a little bit. And going up to 8,000 will hold the channel. Now, this is also pretty critical resistance right here, and it's pretty much in the same vicinity as the channel upwards line. So we are running into a bit of a resistance line right there on a 4-hour chart. We also broke in setup trend. It's been a while since we broke a reasonable setup trend line, and we're finally breaking it. We still have to close up here, though. Got about 15 minutes to go, 5-0. Anything can still happen. All right, let's go off the time frame here. The 12-hour chart is also breaking a setup trend line, and in about 15 minutes, we're going to have a 9. So that's another time for it to slow down. Now, this isn't the first time we're rallying. Look at this rally here. We had a rally back in late November where we rallied even more. So we're talking over a short period of time. We rallied from the lows of 6,500 up to even higher than we're at right now. We top near a 9. We get the 9. And we pretty much go straight down and make a new low. So this pump alone is not enough to assume that the bull market is here. We've seen something that was even more powerful and still led to new lows a month later, less than a month later. So this is certainly not enough to become a long-term bull. You need something more than this. You need it to go higher. At least I need it to go higher. You guys can make your own decisions, okay? We're working our way backwards here. But this is the daily chart. Now, the daily chart is breaking a very critical point of resistance. I had this line drawn for a while, and I said, hey, if we can close above this line, and we're closing above this line probably in 50 minutes, okay? Someone is asking me, how likely is it that we will revisit below 7,000? I believe it's 60%. I believe it's still the same percentages I tweeted out the other day. If you go to my Twitter, where's my Twitter? There's my Twitter. I can do it from here. If you go to my Twitter, the other day I tweeted out some percentages. There it is, right? And here, 40% chance that the low for the year is above 6,000. So that means there's a 60% chance that the low for 2019 will be below 6,000. 60%. That hasn't changed. Yeah, we can glance at oil. Back to the daily chart. Actually, wait, since I'm on my website. Hey, guys, don't forget to check out the store. I always forget to click on that. We do have merch. I'm wearing that merch. I'm wearing the Understanding Bitcoin t-shirt. We have a bunch of different t-shirts here. I got this is actually a really cool bracelet. I had it. I got too much travel took out the bracelet. But I actually got to order my own, a new one. This was great. I was wearing it for like 6 months straight. Really awesome stuff. Check out the store, guys. We have some really cool t-shirts and more is coming. And of course, if you want to support the podcast, please check out the affiliate link, TradingView, exchanges, VPNs, hardware wallets, you name it, it's there. All right, back to the daily chart. We need a close here. It's probably going to close there, and there it is. There is one more pop. We're making a new high. It looks like we are. Look, I'm happy when Bitcoin goes up. I'm a hodler. I'm a hodler long-term. This trading stuff, this was short to intermediate term traders. As a hodler, you're always happy that the price is going up. And we are now past the short-term moving average. But this isn't the first time we've gone past the short-term moving average. We did it on that giant pump back in October. In fact, we blew through both moving averages, and then we couldn't get above the 128-day. Now the situation is even worse. Now the 128 days below the 200-day, and they're all declining. So is buying your merch bad OPSEC? Not really, because you don't have to, we don't KYC, right? You can pay in Bitcoin and you can give a fake name and we can deliver it wherever you want, right? We're not, merch isn't the KYC product. But good question though. Do we ship to Belarus? I think we ship all over the world. I'll find out for you though. Maybe by the end of the podcast. Maybe my guys are watching. And they'll let me know in the messenger if we deliver to Belarus. I mean, check, right? I mean, fill out the delivery form. I don't see why we wouldn't. All right. So at this point, if we close above this green line, my near-term target becomes the next level of resistance. And the next level of resistance is sitting there at 8.3 thousand. I put 8.2 thousand in the video description, but now that I'm looking at the moving average, it's more like 8.3. But if it takes, 3 or 4 days to get there, it might be closer to 8.2. All right. Let's see what else we got. Weekly chart. Let's take a look. Week just started. See, look, the weekly chart isn't all that impressive. I'm sorry, guys, it's just not that impressive. Yes, we will have the highest weekly close in like 2 months. But until Bitcoin starts closing above 8,500 on a weekly chart, unless it starts closing above these lows, at the least, it's not that big of a deal, right? Because you're still looking at, all you're doing here, all you did was pull back to the area of prior low. And the area of prior low is another level of resistance. So you still have a lots of overhead resistance. Markets do well when there's no overhead resistance. Look at the S&P 500. Everyone is freaking out over the whole Trump versus Iran thing, but the market doesn't care. Look, nice bullish day today. Like I said last night, never judge the market by opening action on Friday night. Sunday night. You want to wait for, Monday morning and see what happens. Can I get Willie Wu on the stream? Yeah, probably. I mean, I could get him on the stream. It's timing. It's timing. I decided to do these episodes on a 10-minute notice. It's kind of hard to time and plan. Sorry, only so much time in a day, guys. And the conferences do take up an unreasonable amount of time. Also spend a few hours today testing out the new indicator. We found, a couple of other bugs. It's really, really hard. I mean, the Pine code script base that doesn't even have arrays is very difficult to make sure the math is completely accurate. So we're still testing the latest script to make sure it's very accurate. The combo 13s is the challenge. Getting the combos 13 accurate is a real challenge. What food do you avoid to maintain your fit? I've been meaning to write up an article all week on this for my blog. And I'm gonna make sure I do that before I start traveling again on Saturday, guys. Let's go back. Yeah, so I hope Joe got out of his trade without too much damage. I was bullish on the price of Bitcoin last night, and here it is, less than 24 hours later, pumping like what, $300? It's no, not that much. 200. Pulling back a little bit right now. Let's look at that 15-minute chart. Not much yet. This candle can still close higher. It is on a 6. In order for us to get a 9, we would need a close above a 5. And look, we hit a level of resistance. This is very, very possible that the run is already over. It's very possible. We can get rejected right here because this downward trend channel on a 4-hour chart is nothing to sneeze at. It's been on my chart for a good 5 months, maybe not 5 months, but a good 3 months, that's for sure. We've had it on here for quite a while, and it continues to be significant. So I wouldn't be surprised if it pulls back. The higher level time frames are calling for higher prices, but look, the best time to invest in an asset is when you know it's going to break all-time highs and take off. Bitcoin has not displayed any of that in 2 years. It's been over 2 years since Bitcoin displayed any element of mooning. And I will continue to be cautious on the imminent rise in the price of Bitcoin until it shows me it's ready to tackle new all-time highs. And right now, it's just not even close. Let's take a look at oil with all this drama going on. I mean, look, I'm sorry, guys. Oil is not that impressive to me yet. Is it bullish? Absolutely. The MACD, very bullish. The RSI, very bullish. Still has room to go. But oil was higher throughout most of 2018. So it's not that impressive. And look how expensive oil was all throughout 2013 and 14. It's just not that impressive. I think over time, oil is going to go down in price because there'll be more and more Teslas on the road. There'll be more and more electric cars. And alternative energy will eventually take over the fossil fuels. It's imminent. Technology will always advance, unless you're the Concorde airplane, but technology will always advance. All right. Gold. Gold's starting to pull back. I guess I don't like this candle. I don't like the shape of this candle. I mean, I would still be long gold right here until gold flips or until it falls more than this. Gold is at a new, what, 3-year high, 4-year high? So obviously, when something is at a new multi-year high, you want to be long, not short. Gold has not been this high since 2013. Gold is at a 6-year high. So obviously, the thing to do right now is to be long gold. But this is not a good-looking candle. And at first sign of real trouble, I would cut that gold long. But at the moment, even with this candle in the making, I would rather be long gold right now than short gold. And the gold long trade began with the break of 1380, which Tyler Jenks and I discussed numerous times back when he was still alive. Still so sad that he's no longer with us. All right, I want to take a look at a couple of stocks. I want to see what's going on. The first one I'm going to is Roku. And the reason I'm going to Roku is because there's an open trade on Roku in the daily time frame that I am very, very curious about. So, whoa, today is a very bullish candle for Roku. So there was a trade that we discussed excessively during the options webinar. Now you can see how the MACD is bearish, but it's starting to cross over. The RSI is neutral. The CMF is bearish, and the OBV I probably shouldn't even have here. I don't really care. Let's do that. But this candle is concerning me a little bit because the moment Roku goes above this line, the trade is no longer profitable. But the longer it takes to get over that line, the more profitable the trade is. So I would have to review the options webinar video to see, because I think now that the trade is already 2 weeks in, and it's not going to cross that line this week, most likely it'll probably be next week that it actually starts to cross that line. I would say at this point, no matter what happens with this trade, it's going to be profitable because even if you cut bait on this trade as it gets close to this line sometime next week, if it doesn't happen this week, then the trade has lasted long enough for you to profit of the stability of the asset. But the longer it stays between these lines, the more profitable it will be. So very curious about this trade going forward. Starbucks was another one. I was bullish Starbucks coming off these moving averages. And I'm still very bullish Starbucks here because, look, it's supporting the moving averages. And very soon, this 50-period moving average in purple will start to accelerate faster than the 200 period moving average. Let's take a look at Amazon. I like Amazon here. It looks very, very bullish to me. About to cross 10,000 again. Oh, but you got to be careful. Tomorrow it's going to hit a 9, a double 9, in fact, and might be a time to take that profit if you've been holding on to Amazon waiting for its former glory. Good gains, though. Apple is looking very bullish. This pains me because I really don't like Apple. I don't like their products. I'm not a fan of their closed source operating systems and app stores. But it is a double 9 already. That's not exactly the kind of candle I would be scared of. If I wasn't a long Apple trade, I would hold on to it. I would hold that Apple long. 300 is a nice round number, but I believe, has it ever been up there before? Wow, maybe it hasn't. That is a new all-time high for Apple, guys. Whoa, I had no idea it was so bullish. Jeez. I had no clue. Wow. Wow. It's really overextended. The weekly, however, has passed its green 9, a double 9. Look, it's still bullish, but if you're holding Apple, I would start looking into some profit slowly. 300 is a round number. It could certainly go higher, but we are getting a little overextended. Not the time to panic yet, but at first sign of trouble, first reversal candle, you know, a 13 coming in very, very soon from this. Which 9 is going to get you to 13? So that's a 6. So this count. Oh, I'm sorry. I have the combo set. I'm like, that makes no sense to me. Let's put the sequential on, not the combo. There we go. That's better. So we are on a 7 here. So maybe the next 13 coming from this 9 can top it. It is getting way overextended over the 200-day moving average. Guys, I don't care about John McAfee. The guy's been a scammer since the moment he showed up in crypto. The guy's been a scammer before he even came to crypto. Netflix is not very interesting. Good candle, though. Tesla, I'm curious about. Wow, look at that. Look at Tesla. Beautiful 9, 1 to 4 candle correction, and here comes another 13. Whoa, did we get all 3 13s here? Cool. We had, doesn't even fit in there, right? We had the combo, we had the sequential, and we had the aggressive 13. All 3 13s on the same candle. Very impressive. Tesla hit a double 9. It pulled back, and now it's going higher. Now, this is a potential top on a triple 13. Never seen that before on the same day. And but it's not a scary candle. Just like Apple, you know, hold it till first sign of trouble. I wouldn't be concerned. Kind of pissed that I'm not in the market right now. I'm too busy organizing conferences, which will change next year, by the way. Next year I'm trading. That's it. I'm really missing, and I'm going to be trading traditional assets. I'm not going to be trading crypto. I think that's crazy. I don't want to. I'm not going to take in my crypto out of cold storage and put them on an exchange where they can get hacked. I'm going to go back to trading this. Go trade Tesla. You can make just as much money trading Tesla as you could. I mean, all you have to do is leverage properly. Yeah, it's bullish. I mean, what am I going to say? You're working on it's not a double 9, but another 9 in the weekly in the making. Hey, thanks for the comment, Joa. Apple is turning more of its tax cut into stock buybacks. All right, smart move, stocks going up. The iPhone maker on Tuesday announced that it would repurchase an additional $75 billion of its own stock. Right, US has terrible tax policies. The reason why Apple is buying back their own stock with their own money, which they're legally able to do, and makes sense for them to do it, is because they don't know what to do with their cash. They ran out of ideas. Steve Jobs isn't there. They're not investing that money in R&D, and therefore they're buying back the stock. And if I saw the Apple chart, if I was running Apple, I'd be buying back that stock also, because they're going to make more money buying back Apple stock. And then, a bunch of people are going to run into Amazon when it's ready to top, and Apple, the company, is going to start selling it to them. There's nothing wrong with this. This is why you learn how to trade. You watch the technicals, and you do it. I mean, you can trade Apple fundamentally, but I don't think you can. I don't think you have the time nor capacity to analyze Apple fundamentally. So your only option is to use technicals. Nothing wrong with that. Facebook looks great, looks bullish. Everything's bullish. Let's look at Uber and Lyft. Uber, bullish, looks great. Uber didn't fall 50% off their IPO because they lowballed the IPO price because they saw how Lyft got nailed with a 50% correction off the IPO. So they were smart about it. Look at Lyft. Lyft hits a 9 and pulls back. I think Uber is a better long-term play than Lyft. Could be wrong, my opinion. 1, 2, 4 candle correction. I think Lyft is ready to go up. I think Lyft's ready to lift. Okay. Lyft looks good. Should start to, follow Uber as well. Let's look at fake Zoom. Hey, people are finally getting smart. Maybe. Fake Zoom, this is your Litecoin, this is your Ripple, this is your Ethereum. This is the stupid of a stock that is worth nothing, has been worth nothing for 6 years, and then people confuse it with the real Zoom, just like people confuse Litecoin and Ethereum with Bitcoin, and they buy into garbage until eventually they realize that they're holding garbage. And then it goes back to where it belongs, which in the case of fake Zoom, less than a penny, which is also the case for Ethereum and Litecoin and Ripple and Monero and the rest. This is the real Zoom, doing well. I'm using it right now. Pinterest. Hey, Pinterest might have actually bottomed already. Let's see how far Pinterest fell. From the IPO price, it hasn't fallen much, only 26%. But from the high 3 days after IPO, it fell 50%. That's enough. There it is. there's your 50% pullback off of an IPO, like I always say. And a green 2 above a green 1 gets me bullish Pinterest. Be a little careful here. Earnings is coming, and it's still working on its sequential 13, but hey, it's there. What should we look at next? Another IPO. Ooh, I like this one as well. Been talking about this one for a while. Off the IPO, we fell 73%. Whoa. And off the early high, 90%. Again, unless you think this company is fraud, unless you think this company is a scam, if this company is making revenue and hopefully profit, then the stock price will go up. They go up on profitable companies. That's why we have a stock market, right? So a green 2 above a green 1, or a green 3 above a green 2, above that little moving average, gets me bullish Jumia, which is referred to as the African Amazon, I think. I like this consolidation here in Ferrari. Hey, if everyone's doing well, if everyone's getting rich, if the stock market is making new highs, guess what you're going to buy? You're going to buy a nice luxury car. You know, shitcoiners aren't buying them, but other people are doing well. Yeah, I know it would be great to have Willy Vu on a stream. I mean, look, I decide to go live on a 10-minute notice. A little hard to get other people on. All right. Let's look at Twilio. Doing well. Green 2 above a green 1, breaking moving average. I mean, it's not, I mean, I would rather have it, you know, I'd rather buy it above 150 than at 100, but looks bullish to me. I know it's hard for people to comprehend as to why I would rather buy this thing at 150 than at 100, because at 150, I know it's in a bull market and my probability of making money is a lot higher, even though my reward is going to be smaller. But my chances of not losing money is significantly higher. Okay? I can make a boxing analogy. You know, the reason why Floyd Mayweather will go down as the greatest, you know, middleweight in the world, or welterweight, whatever he's been moving up, and he's been, you know, fights in a bunch of weight classes, is because he doesn't get hit. Not because he'll knock you out, because he doesn't get hit. Okay? It's a defensive play. I'd rather buy this thing at 150 than buy it at 100, because then I can sell it at 160 pretty damn quickly, make my money, and move on to another win. So the reason I'm looking at Mosaic is because it's usually pretty good with sequential, but we haven't had anything on it in a while, so it doesn't matter. Oh, Canaan. So good, Canaan. Ah, man, Canaan. Canaan's looking good. Ah, I should have jumped on this. Oh, it's the weekly chart. Sorry, guys. I switched to weekly and I forgot. Daily chart. Probably should go back and look at the other ones. Give it a little bit of time. Beautiful. Again, what I always say, IPO, let it drop 50%, and then it becomes a clean buy. And there it is. There it is, Canaan. Another example of how to trade IPOs. Man, this was a good year for IPOs, 2019. So much money could have been made just waiting for the IPOs to go down 50%, scooping them up. Easy trades. Easy trades if you have your brokerage open and paying attention. I'm going to go back to Twilio. I won't look at it on a daily scale. I was looking at it on a weekly scale. Ooh, interesting. Beautiful green 2 above a green 1 after a 1 to 4 candle pullback following a 9 that held setup trend. I mean, I need to start taking screenshots of these things for my future book on sequential. Golden cross is coming between the 20 and the 50, and it looks great right there. If you watch my channel long enough, you know what I will say. A green 2 above a green 1 that got preceded by a 9 is a beautiful, beautiful trade. Is it always going to work? No. Do I think it works better than 50-50? Yes. The 9 gave you a 1 to 4 candle correction, textbook. It helped set up trend, textbook. Looks good. Would I jump in tomorrow morning? I don't know. It just moved $4 in one day. Like, the time to buy this thing was actually Friday. But with the whole, Iran, US, this is one of those where you say, you know what? The technicals were there, but, I didn't pull the trigger. Would I have bought this thing on Friday going into the weekend? Probably not. Friday was a catastrophic day, right? That was Friday right there. It's a crazy day in the market. No one knows what's going to happen over the weekend. Would I have pulled the trigger on this? I don't know. But going back to the weekly chart, oh, it's not a recent IPO. I don't know. Tough call. Tough call. Lower your position size, buy a call option, maybe even a little bit out of the money. It's $100 stock, so they're going to be expensive anyway. We'll see. But right now it's bullish. I wish this 3 candle didn't go up this much. It was, I wish this 3 candle closed right here where the blue line is. Would have been easier to jump in on this thing the following day, but it's up to you. Up to you guys. Make your own. Beyond Meat. Beyond Meat. Let's look at that. Oh boy. Oh boy. It's consolidating. How much did it fall from the high? Did it meet my 50% requirement? It did. Fell 65%. You know what? I need this consolidation to last longer. This consolidation has lasted for about 3 months. I need this consolidation to last longer. Oh, Manny, I like your comment. You bought Twilio based on the daily sequential this morning. Great job. Set that break-even stop loss and see how far it goes. I need this consolidation to last through the earnings. I honestly think that people are waiting for next earnings. I think next earnings is huge. It's still a $70 stock, so it's got plenty of room to fall. If earnings is bad, this thing can gap to below the opening price of the IPO. It's the daily chart here. So you can certainly gap down to 50 or 40. So you got to be very careful here. Oh man. My old trading partner isn't watching, but I got to grab this timestamp here. What time is it? On the East Coast at 6:43. I got to get this timestamp. I don't want to name the strategy, but maybe I'll text it in my options class. Man, this earnings is going to be interesting. This consolidation, it's like a coil, and this thing is about to move one way or the other. I have no idea which way it's going to move. TA is not going to help you here. Earnings is going to tell you which way it's going to move. And I really think this thing is going to move on earnings. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Hold on. See, it didn't move much in the last earnings, right? but it moved enough. Because if you look close to close, it moved 22%. If you go out a month, if you go out a month, moved 40%, moved 45% including earnings, and 35% pre-earnings. And now we're consolidating. This thing is gonna move. Someone remind me after earnings, because I'll probably won't look at this again. I'm gonna text a couple of people that know how to trade this thing, and I'll let them be. I'm not gonna do it because I'm gonna be God knows where on this day, so I'm not gonna be paying attention. I'm off to Australia and New Zealand and somewhere else in that region. All right, I think that's it. Let's go look at Bitcoin. What the hell? It is a trading Bitcoin show, for God's sakes. How many viewers we got? 740. Nice. Hey guys, if you want to support my work, please check out the affiliate page of tonevays.com. We do have a store to buy some cool t-shirts, and the conferences are open for registration. All right, where's the store? There it is. The conferences are open for registration. We have Unconfiscatable with some amazing speakers. More cool stuff coming there. Check out the website. The Financial Summit for traders and hedge funds. Another really awesome event taking place in the Dominican Republic this time. So check those out. And let's go back to Bitcoin. Let's take a look. $14 more minutes. And we will have a 9 and a 12 hour. Could pull back the price. The 4 hour is right at resistance, but the higher level time frames are saying there's more room, especially the daily. It's the daily that I'm really watching here. The daily is on a green 4 close. Someone else has pointed out this has not happened in a really long time. Even this giant uprise did not give us a higher close on a green 4 candle. All candles with a 4 on them have been red candles, but we did make it to a 5 right here. So maybe that's not the best of analogies. But a close above this line, to me, opens the door for 82, 8,300. But I'm still not a bull. I need this thing to give me more. We're still in a downtrend. It is still a dead cat bounce. Even for those that see a head and shoulders, your target is 83 to 8,500. And that's the target. And by then, the 200-day moving average will be lower. Yes, we will break another level of resistance, but there's still more to go. What if we close above the channel on the 4 hour? Good question. I think this channel can be adjusted a couple of times. I think this channel is very subjective. This is my best fit line. But the thing is, this is where I love sequential and I hate things like Elliott wave and the channel, because there's nothing stopping me from adjusting the channel to be more like this. In fact, I would love to really adjust the channel. I would have to dig into some of these things, right? I would go and use a higher level time frame. I would maybe go to the 12-hour chart, and I would draw this channel on a 12-hour chart where my wicks are bigger. I'm gonna delete some of these lines, guys. I'm gonna definitely delete this one. I just want to clean it up a little. I want to clean it up, guys. I'm gonna delete a lot of this stuff. It's old, it's not necessary. It's just in the way at this point. I can redraw these arrows. My view on it is not gonna change. We got plenty of time before we get there. I'll leave this last batch. You see, if I use the 12-hour chart instead of the 4-hour chart, I can draw yet another channel. And I can draw my best fit line. Something like that. And like that, right? So if I go to a higher level time frame, I can draw a line like this. And I can extend that into like there, like that. Now I'm touching way more things along the bottom. This one overshot a little bit, but it's okay. It's in the beginning. So look at this. One, let me zoom in on this a little. I do have to get off. Sorry, guys. I have to jump on a call in a minute. Look how many touches I have at the bottom. Clean, a little overshoot, clean, that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 6, 7, I'll just say 6, and that is 7. Perfect hit, right? So now look at the bottom end of my channel. It is so much cleaner than the bottom end on the 4-hour chart. Look at the top end. A little overshoot by one candle. A little overshoot here by a couple of closes. This is virtually a touch. Clean, clean. And look how much room I have now, right? Now all of a sudden I have room all the way to 10,000. Now I can overshoot this by a candle or two. I can also overshoot it to 8,300 and then pull all the way back like what happened right here. And I'm still within the channel. So these channels are very subjective. And when you draw them on different time frames, you have different outlooks. So right here, this channel still has room. This is the same channel as the 4-hour channel. All right, let me see if there's any other comments. If Bitcoin goes to $100,000, even if it takes 24 months, that's 4,000 up every month in a year. It's like 8,000. Yeah, sure. That's why you should always have some Bitcoin. All right, finally, let's look at the weekly chart. I mean, so much more needs to happen. Like I said earlier, we're barely touching the bottom side of the prior swing low. It's still a dead cat bounce until it proves that it's not. So it really needs to break out above $9,000 for me to really start thinking bull. Ideally above this red line. Still in a bearish posture. Fundamentals are still terrible. People still believing in scams. Roger Ver is not broke yet. The environment is not great. It's just not great yet. All right, guys. Once again, please support through the affiliate codes on tonevays.com. That's it for me. Check out Unconfiscatable. Amazing lineup of speakers. Great workshops. It's going to be a great time. The dinner is awesome. It was last year. And hopefully I'll see a lot of you there. All right. Thank you so much. Best of trading. See you all at the conference. Bye, guys.